y'all doing today? You guys are now tuned into The More with your host, JB Stewart. This is the podcast that's all about helping you tap into that inner human potential. That way you might pull out the more that already exists within inside of you. We're on episode 5. Today we're going to call this episode The Art of Modeling. And guys, I'm super excited. Listen to me. I'm excited to talk about this because once I got a hold of this, it literally changed my life. I put a post on Instagram, quote. It said, I learned so much when I got okay with saying I don't know. And y'all, there's so much strength and possibility that comes with in being humbled and practicing the art of modeling. But y'all know how we like to do it here. We're not going to start an episode without an affirmation because here's the thing. Redeeming the self-talk. I talk about it a whole lot. Redeeming the self-talk, the story that you tell yourself. The life that you live is the story that you tell yourself. And if you can redeem the self-talk, you can go from coals in your stocking to diamonds in your stocking. Same stocking, right? But totally different process inside of the stocking. And think about your life being the stocking. Coals and diamonds, pretty much the same thing. It's just that diamonds undergo a different process. They cook in the pressure and they come out refined. Coals, they cook in the pressure and they come out being useful to extract fuel. You know what I'm saying? Self-talk. And here's our affirmation today. It goes like this. I am not afraid of the unknown. Life is my teacher. I am not afraid of the unknown. Life is my teacher. I am not afraid of the unknown. Life is my teacher. Say it with me this time on 3. 1, 2, 3. I am not afraid of the unknown. Life is my teacher. What makes this affirmation so powerful is because often we undergo states of fear and lack because of the unknown. And we know that the unknown has to do with faith and the unknown has to do with fear. We are always in the process of either choosing the positive or choosing the negative. And what separates those who are successful with evolving their own being and those who fail to even take the attempts is the relationship with the unknown. This affirmation is about having a positive relationship with the unknown and knowing that all wisdom and understanding and experience will come through life. And life will be, if you humble yourself and learn, an excellent teacher. So it says, I am not afraid of the unknown because life teaches me. And I know if you've lived life, you can pretty much attest to being afraid of something and then after being equipped, realizing it wasn't so bad after all. Because what was unknown is now known. And if you hold a perspective that what used to be unknown after it's discovered is known, then you can have a positive relationship with the unknown. Or you can have a positive relationship with your future. You can have a positive relationship with taking risks. You can have a positive relationship with failing. Failing is an excellent opportunity to learn. I'm training some of my clients, and one of our models is, in this gym, the goal is to fail. Because if I don't fail, I don't learn my capacity. And if I don't know my capacity, I don't tap into the unknown, which is potential, right? The gold that I must mine for. In you, there's gold. But that gold is unknown, and you need a positive relationship with what you don't know. Affirmation goes, I am not afraid of the unknown. Life is my teacher. And speaking of all of that, let's go into our second segment, which I like to call Gold is Better Shared. On us podcasts, the more podcasts, we give a little nugget of truth so that way you can apply it. Remember, knowing is not enough. Experience is where that. Seeing a picture of the Hawaii mountains, or seeing a picture of the Bahamas, or seeing a picture of the top of Mount Everest is not enough unless you want to be a novice with a whole lot of consumption. But being there, engaging with it with all five senses is the goal. To go from I want to do to I've done is the goal. So let's get into our second segment. This episode is called The Art of Modeling. Everything that you see is an inspired idea. But all inspired ideas have their source of inspiration. Tell me one thing that you like, and then I will tell you what it's like. Say, for instance, let's use an example of a cell phone. Now, do you know that a cell phone and all electronics have to communicate back and forth in order to pass their messages? Well, in our bodies, we are interlinked with nerves, neurotransmitters that passes messages back and forth. Within the cells, there's specific units that have to pass information back and forth. So it would be safe to say that our ability to create electronics is connected to the way that we are. Do we create out of our own understanding of ourselves? Let's think about music. We know that all great artists take from other artists. It's the way that it has to be. It's a heritage. Every great musician pays homage to another great musician. Well, it's a tradition of music. Well, do you know that there's sounds and music and rhythm all around us? The clapping of the hand. I don't know if you heard that, but the stomping of the feet, the snapping of the fingers, the beating of an object. And from all these natural sounds, we've comprised for ourselves melodies, beats, rhythms, and created music. Then the question would be, well then, what is the source? That is the art of modeling. The art of modeling is that you and your goodness and your talents, your abilities don't exist alone with themselves. They're connected to some higher inspiration. And for those who are able to connect to that higher inspiration and hold a mentality to always conjoin themselves to a higher inspiration, it's as if they are on an elevator taking steps being brought towards a higher purpose. That's why you got drug programs. One of the things that they do is encourage people to, whatever your higher purpose or your higher being is, you need to tap into your higher being, because there's an understanding. There's a hierarchical structure of values that is set and works within the human being to push them forward. Like there's a scripture in the Bible that says, imitate God like a beloved father, something of that nature. And what it's showing us is, if you want to go up, look up and act as if you're going up, being inspired by that. We know this to be true. This is the truth. That's why, like, when you insecure, okay? So, you know, of course, I've been insecure. All right, and I seen somebody with a whole lot of money, and I'm like, man, I'm looking at myself like, yo, bro, you got it, man, whatever. You got to get it together. Or I see another gentleman who appears to have the perfect life, and before you know it, on the other end, I'm congratulating him, but on the other end, I'm feeling down on myself. And I had to check myself. I'm like, yo, if somebody doing better than you, they're your teacher. They're your teacher. If somebody doing better than me, if somebody winning, I'm a student now. What is your success? But then, I didn't understand the art of modeling. And what happened was I would get down on myself because of the success of another person. Or I would be complaining about my situation because it appeared someone else had a golden spoon. Or I have a chip on my shoulder because it seemed like someone else's path was easier than my path. In actuality, that's the wrong place to be. If somebody is doing better than you, they're your teacher. If someone has a strength in a place where you may call it a weakness or a point of growth, they now got game for you. When you in that position of the art of modeling, everything is a key. If you got a perspective that I don't have, by all means, I'm boop. Huh. What? He did what? What? She did what? What? Oh, so what you think about that? So how did that situation affect you? Because it's the art of modeling. In all inspiration, there's a source. And we have to tap into the source of all inspiration. Remember, I used the analogy. You have to be so attentive on the higher values that they carry you. That's why children are so phenomenal. Children have this thing down pat. And we were all children, but where did we lose it? I don't know. But you ever seen a child? A child is just intrigued. They're intrigued. I did a push-up in front of a kid, and the kid just got down and he tried it with no self-criticism. He just tried it. And there's no wonder why children just rapidly grow. 3 days later, the kid can learn something and his whole mind is changed about it, that their minds are so pliable. Where do we lose it? And so children, they're just intrigued. They're always modeling everything that they see. And they're always choosing to remodel. And it's no secret why in that state you evolve. There's another scripture that says that if anyone is to enter the kingdom of heaven, which you can think of your ideal, your bliss, your nirvana, you must come as a child. You must practice. I know I'm driving this sucker in the art of modeling. If someone or something is doing better, you are now a student. You should follow the steps. And in that, life will unfold to you. All the mysteries of the unknown. And it'll become simple for you. And I love that, when I start to apply that, and as I continue to apply that, my growth has been tremendous. I have people around me now, because I have an appreciation for learning and modeling. I have people around me now that's really giving me all the answers to my roadmap of success. It's strange. It's like when you develop an appreciation for the art of modeling, to learn and for life to give to you wisdom and understanding. And as you yield to that, which we call humility, it's as if everything comes to you. Like sometimes my life feel like a dream, because when I have inquiries, And if I look introspectively and with openness and with good attitude and good spirit, it's as if my answers are there. I've been told numerous times that I'm wise beyond my years. Well, it's because all around us, something is pointing to something else. Something is modeling itself after something else. I'm looking at this camera that I'm talking to you right now, and it's squared. How many things in nature are squared? Where angles connect. The art of modeling. So, if someone's doing better than me in an area, or if something is of high value, high esteem, I'm now a student. Because why? Why am I now a student? Because I don't fear the unknown. Life is my teacher. It's always there to the person who makes themselves a student, who's willing to be carried along by inspirations that points to other inspirations and other inspirations. And before you know it, it's as if goodness, right? You can say God. It's almost like carrying your hand, holding your hand, bringing you to your place, bringing you to the area you belong. It's like my source shepherds me. I want nothing, I lack nothing, because the richness of life is always showing its face to me. And I, as a wise student, am always modeling the tremendous, right, the high values, the wonderful inspirations and creations that I see. What you think about that? Yeah, that's a good way to live. Like I said, segment 3, guys, application, it's not good enough to know, but we gotta live it. And I wanna give you 2 good habits that you can implement in your life on the now, right? That help you, right? Become more of a student of life, to practice this art of modeling, which it'll change you tomorrow if you do it, for sure. For sure. So the first one, give compliments. And it's the old saying, give honor where honor due. Yo, give honor where honor is due. Yeah, here's the thing. You inspired me. I can learn something from anybody. I like to talk about, I was just thinking about this thought. If I was a human, I lived alone in an island, it wouldn't be a sin if I wasn't civilized, right? But if I come into society with those animalistic behaviors, then I'm uncivilized and therefore not so integratable in society, and that can look bad. However, it's so much better if I learn from other people, because that makes me a more complete, evolved person. Because like I said, I always say humans exist on the spectrum, and you're a type. But if you can interact with all the colors, where you can become a well-rounded masterpiece with the best of all human experience integrated within your own character, I think that's beautiful. So give honor where honor is due. Appreciate the strengths, the beauty in other people. And like a child, become intrigued with it. So much so that it has your attention, your eyes, and then it'll have your effort. And you'll see yourself becoming a well-rounded, colorful masterpiece. Second thing, celebrate yourself. And be quiet. Y'all don't do this enough. You don't look at your wins extensively and become encouraged by your growth. I mean, that's proper fuel and motivation. I was once blind, but now I can see. Yeah, I might have effed up in the past and probably been stupid with this relationship. I probably been stupid with my money. But now I understand financial principles in a way that I never understood before. And I understand relational principles in a way that I never understood before. I'll be damned if I go back to what I used to be. But if you don't appreciate and celebrate that growth and progression, well, you dishonor it and it becomes lame. You don't practice the muscle anymore and you forget that it's even there. Whatever you don't give attention to, it dissipates. And that's the two applications, guys, of the art of modeling. Celebrate others. Celebrate yourself. Simple life, man. I want to thank y'all for joining this episode today. The Art of Modeling on the More podcast. This is the podcast that's all about helping individuals tap into their human potential and bring out the more that already exists within them, guys. Like, share, subscribe. If this content impacts you, it touches you in any way, please let people know about it. Increase through. We touch millions. We're going to touch millions. That's what. That's the affirmation that I put out. That's what I gave out. And that's what's going to come back. But I thank y'all for being a part of this journey. And please leave a comment on how anything stood out to you. Or send me a testimony about how you apply the art of modeling and you seeing it work in your favor. Peace.